Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to an Ask Me Anything live stream, actually, because someone asked a question about growing a business. So I thought I'd do a live stream on that. And as the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly is open at a discounted rate right now, this is a perfect opportunity for all of y'all who are into getting new income streams as well as leaving behind, clearing the blocks to peace and plenty. If that is you, if you are that spiritual person who knows that you're called to be a beacon of love and light, then you want to be in the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly. You need to message me the word as millionaire and I'll get the details over to you. But yes, that's what we're talking about today. Ask me anything. Someone asked me about growing a business. So we're going to start by singing an affirmation. I'm Rosemary Nonny, the Prosperity Minister, by the way. And then we're going to go into talking about this. Okay, so let's start here. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. Here we go. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. Sing it with me. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. I rise up and take my place. Okay? So we're rising up and taking our place, because this is the thing I see about a lot of spiritual people. A lot of us, we actually do feel called to be beacons of love and light on the planet, but then most spiritual people somehow end up doing it really unprofitably. Okay, let me just open this up on my computer. Make sure y'all, hey, good morning, Melanie. Let me see all comments and such. But this is it. So because I sometimes think that, a lot of us are awakening, okay? A lot of us are awakening to the power within us, the ability to create something, or to create a life, a prosperous life, doing what we want to do. We want to be free. We want to, do more of what we want to do when we want to do it. Some of us have had dreams. I know for me, even when I was a young child at school, I wanted to teach spiritual principles, and I did do it even then. I did all kinds of weird and wonderful things. I'm a beacon of love and light, and I rise up and take my place. Yes, Melanie, woo! And Kyan as well. Good morning to the both of you. Awesome stuff. So yes, but this is the thing, okay? So we have these ideas, we have these dreams of, really spreading love and light into the world, because we know that the world needs more spiritual people to rise up, except then most spiritual people somehow are not very profitable whilst doing it. And they get guilty about all the, should I charge money? Should I not charge money? It's like asking, should I eat or should I not eat? Of course you should eat. Basically, if you really truly believed that there was abundance for everyone everywhere, you know that it's just a swap of energy. It's just a swap of energy. It's not something to take into, and you know what, I don't want to sound as if I've never experienced some of these thoughts. Of course I have too. It's just that I've had to work through them. I've had to actually face into my fears, take them directly to the divine, find out what he was saying about it, rather than just ideas that I've picked up from here, there, and everywhere, that ultimately try to limit my ability to do the things that I'm here to do. Because if you're not making money at the thing you're doing, then how are you going to actually spread the message more? Because one of my big reasons for making sure that my business is profitable is to ensure that I can continue to reach as many people as possible with advertising, okay? So I want to pay to put my message out there, because I believe very much in the message that I'm putting out there, okay? Which, for a lot of y'all, you need to hear that, because some of y'all, you're so... It's in a little way, let's just be blunt, you're a little bit spoiled because we have social media. You think that it's your right to be able to reach people for free, basically. You think it's, I should just be able to do whatever I feel like for free. And then when anybody tries to ask you to actually, back yourself, there's a part of you that is like, why should I have to do that? Which is a really bad attitude, actually, when you think about it. So, hey, Reginald, how you doing? Lovely to have you here as well. It's not a great attitude to have, okay? So don't have that attitude of, oh, it's my right that Facebook should put my stuff out there or Instagram should put my stuff out there. And you're trying to find out, you spend most of your time trying to defeat the algorithm instead of actually doing what you're called to do. Set up behind you, and I do things as simply as possible. Set up behind you a system that is working, whatever you do, and then you be you. Really own you, your message, what you're here to do. And I'll try and explain that really quickly. I can't promise to explain everything. After all, I cover all of this stuff in the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly over lots of courses. So there, I know that building a business can seem complicated, but it's not really as complicated as we make it. If you start listening to marketers here, there, and everywhere, then yes, you can make it as that. You can make it super complicated. But my goal, I suppose, for my business as well as for my client's business, is really to set up a funnel at the background somewhere that is continually working whilst you, the messenger, you, the beacon of love and light, are doing your beacon of love and light stuff, basically, and you're funneling people into this machinery that you've set up at the back there somewhere, and it continues to run and it continues to generate income for you, which you can then reinvest in the business and allow it to continue to grow. Which I know when I say this sounds all well and easy, and it is a lot easier than you make it. It really is. You don't have to be super technical to actually get things off the ground. Mostly, you have to get over your fears. Mostly, you have to believe in yourself. Mostly, you have to love yourself enough to actually really go all out and decide that, you know what, the message I carry, it's worthy of being put out into the world. So how do you grow a business? Let's talk about the practical side of things. Well, I can't even separate the practical from the non-practical, because really, first and foremost for me would be that you connect into the divine, okay? Because that's your power source. Even spiritual people, you've kind of bought into this, and I don't come to you as some kind of perfect person here, but you've bought into this concept that the physical reality is all there is, and so you continually react into the physical reality. Did I get enough likes on my post? Did I do that? Did I do this? All of that kind of stuff that regular people are thinking about. But you must know that it is your connection with the divine and your connection with yourself that will attract the people to you, because you are first and foremost divine being, and then you are human being, okay? You need to put more energy into making sure that on the inside of you, you are clean and clear, one, and that you're also clear about what your vision is, as clear as you can be today. I'm not saying perfection here, because your vision is going to be an ongoing something that you're clarifying, and that's fine. But that you're clear and you get a picture inside of you using your imagination of what it will look like at the end. Is this business that I'm building? Who is it serving? Who are those people? What do they look like? What are their concerns? What are their worries? Almost like carry them in your heart, like you're pregnant with these people. You're connected to the divine and you're empowering the vision for your business within you. That to me is the very first thing that you all need to be doing, okay? Is empowering that vision. Noticing any resistance inside of you, like, oh, I don't feel worthy of that. Oh, I don't think I can do that. Oh, I don't think anybody wants to hear about that from me. Oh, all of that stuff needs to be cleared, okay? All of that stuff needs to be cleared, or else you keep messing around, working very hard to get absolutely nowhere, okay? So you, to the best of your abilities, connect to the divine first, connect to yourself, connect to your vision, get a picture of it within you, really see it as done. This is where you start. This is where the real work starts. It's not the only work, but it is the work that most people, as much as we talk about being spiritual and when it comes to practical everything, we somehow seem to think that that's my spiritual life over there, and then this is my business life over here. No, if we're going to make a change on this planet, then we need to start living from our connection with the divine. So that's number one. Number two thing, so that's kind of internal clarity, and really also energizing your vision so that you are attracting to you the people that you're here to serve, getting as clear as possible about what they look like, all of that stuff. So yes, in normal marketing terms, they would say it's know your ideal client. Yeah, get to know them as much as you can today. Okay, and then the next thing after that is that you start communicating with them. So of course, I'm presuming that you already have a product or service or whatever it is that you're planning to put out into the world. See it done, and so it's begun. Yeah, hey, I like that, Kyan. See it done, and so it's begun. Okay, absolutely. And then the next thing is, and any of you that have been in my world for any length of time, you know all the C's. You know the C's. I tell you about this all the time. Communicate, capture, close. Communicate, capture, close. Communicate, capture, close. Okay? So you're communicating with people every day. This is what I'm doing here. I'm communicating with you. I'm communicating with you regularly. I advertise some of my communications so that it reaches even more people. Especially when I started in my business, I was writing a heck of a lot of stuff, putting it in a heck of a lot of different places, all over the internet, anywhere I could find to put my stuff. I'm putting my stuff. I'm writing for as many people as I can possibly convince myself to write for. I'm creating content in abundance, okay? A lot of you, you're not creating enough content by any stretch of the imagination, okay? But then at the same time, I don't want to pretend that you have to create anywhere near as much as I do. It's just that my personality is talkative. I have a lot to say. I've always had a lot to say. And so instead of holding it back, I say it. So y'all, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. Whatever it is, you need to get more of you out into the world. Now, the internet is a very word-driven place. And the chances are, if you're in my world, you're a wordy person. The chances are that actually you've thought about writing books. You've thought about writing blogs. You've thought about this stuff. The chances are that is you, that you do want to self-express with words in some way, whether it's videos or audios or something. You need to take the limits off of you. You need to stop saying, oh, I've said that too many times. Most of what I say is the same thing over and over again with different words on a different day. So ultimately, so whatever I'm inspired by right now is what I'm sharing with you, okay? I started my business and I remember a marketing trainer saying that I had to create content every single hour for the hours of 6 a.m. I think it was, or was it 7 a.m. Eastern all the way to 9 p.m. Eastern. So every single hour I had to have another piece of content come out. And that might sound like craziness, but I did it. You know, I'd wake up first thing in the morning, connect to God, and then for about an hour or so, I was just there coming up with different ideas, putting stuff out there, and scheduling things in onto my Facebook page and all of that stuff. And that's ultimately how this whole thing began, you know? It was just me putting my words out there regularly and then spreading them as far as I could, different platforms, this and that and the other, advertising as well, okay? So even from the very start, I found the courage inside of me to put my money where my mouth was. Okay? Hey, Jean, how you doing? And so that's the first thing, the next thing is communicate, okay? So you're communicating and getting that message to wherever your people are likely to be. You, of course, I have my Facebook page. If you're into Facebook groups, then you can do Facebook groups. I personally don't really like free groups. Actually, I started to get irritated with them very quickly. So I've tried it twice. I enjoyed it for a season, and then I started to get annoyed. Being honest, I felt a little bit like, because it's free, nobody was really, truly invested except me. And it was just like, you know what, I'm going to make sure that whatever I'm putting out into the world, that is free content, that everybody has access to it. You don't have to come and join a group or whatever. Who knows? I might still join a group. I might still open a group again, but I don't think so. I really don't, because I've tried that. And every time I do it, I get frustrated after a season. I get excited and then I get frustrated. So it's like, why am I doing this? Because some marketer person, someone said that you need to have one. That is generally why I'm doing it. But finally I decided, you know what? Maybe just listen to myself. I don't want one. I'm not going to do it. I'm only going to have a paid group. And so when I'm working in a group with people, it's because they've invested to be there. Okay? So I know that they're invested. I'm invested. We're doing a swap of energy. It feels better to me. Okay? Because I give a lot. I do give a lot. My heart is really to see everyone rise. Everyone. Because I just think there's more than enough for all of us. So I want us all to rise if you're willing. See, now that's the thing, because most people talk, but a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to face into the fears of putting yourself out into the world as if they're the only one that feels that way. They're not the only one. We all feel that way, but some of us choose to move forward because we see ourselves as beacons of love and light. Okay. So we're communicating. So number one is connecting to the divine. Number two, we're communicating our message and putting it out there in the world. Number three, number two still, you're finding them wherever they are. You're putting your message out there. Number three is you're capturing people. So capturing people is that you're putting your message out there, and then maybe at the end of every message you put out there, You are inviting people to your Facebook page or your Facebook group or your Instagram profile. You're telling them where you are. Especially if you're like in a group or something, then you make sure that on your Facebook profile, that if someone comes to follow you or someone comes to figure out who is this person and what did they write in this group, basically, that there's some kind of information on your profile that they know where your page is, where your free gift is, or any of that stuff. Because people will then come, because you have to go out to find them first with your content, and then you're attracting them to your world. Some of them will put their hands up and say, hey, I quite like what this person is saying, so I will come and find out where he, she is. And so then that's where you have your website, that's where you have your Facebook page or group or whatever. But then you also, this is the most technical part of it, is that you set up a mailing list, okay? Because I do strongly still believe, no matter how prolific social media gets, that as spirit-driven souls, and anybody in business really, make sure that you have access to people's contact details in case Facebook closes tomorrow or Instagram closes tomorrow, that you, and you know what, it's happened where these platforms are down, and you want to still be able to communicate with the people in your audience, okay? So you want to give them something for free, whatever it is. It's like I give away a book, or I've given away so many different things over time. And then I invite people, hey, if you want this book, if you want this free thing, give me your email address, okay? And so I set up all of that. That is automated. They get I get their email address, they get the free gift. And then number 4 is that I'm closing. When I say I'm closing, I know that sounds kind of like really salesy and closing. Really, what I'm saying is, hey, this is the next step. This is what I have for you. This is how I can help you. Come along. It's like at the beginning of this video, I mentioned, hey, Kayan, thank you for what you give. You're a real blessing. Thank you very much, honey. It's my pleasure to do the work. So it's like at the beginning of this video, I said, hey, the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly is open again at a significant discount. Come if you are that determined spiritual person who wants to empower other people, who wants to live a happier life, who wants to, leave behind the pain and whatever of the past, who wants to clear their blocks to peace and plenty and wants to learn how to create new income streams. If that's you, then the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly is there for you, okay? Message me the word millionaire. Message me the word millionaire, I'll get the details over to you. And so that's how I invite you. I invite you to come into my world. Some people will listen, some people will not. Some people will just keep listening for the next year or so before finally they realize, okay, maybe I should listen to my intuition and actually do it. But this happened with me. I say this story all the time. I was on somebody's mailing list for 6 years before I finally I don't say dumped, but I paid for £10,000 worth of coaching from this person. So if they had stopped sometime in that 6 years and decided, well, this is not working, or somehow cast me out of their list, they would never have received that £10,000 from me. But because they were consistent in inviting me to the next thing, sending me emails, I decided finally I'm ready to move. And some people will do that in your world. I'm not saying everybody's going to wait 6 years, but so what if they do? If we're beacons of love and light, it's not a temporary thing. We're here for the long haul. And I think sometimes that's the issue with a lot of people. If it doesn't work in 3 seconds flat, then maybe it's never going to work. That's a nonsense of a nonsense of a nonsense. Are you willing to go the distance? Some of you will invest, or have, and I did too. I invested so many years of my life in creating a life and a career that I didn't even want. But when it comes to building the life and career that you do want, you back away. You get scared because there's not enough, because it's so different from what you're used to, you back away. You kind of try. Oh, I tried that and it didn't work. Would you have quit college because it was hard? I know with things like college and university and all of that stuff, you can see the end from the beginning. So there's a part of you that thinks, well, I'm definitely going to get to the end. Well, you need to start seeing that when it comes to your business. That when you invest in writing a book, in creating a business, in doing whatever it is, whether it's arts and crafts, whatever you're trying to put out into the world, counseling, music, whatever, that because you know that you are not going anywhere, that this is it. you are determined to be beacon of love and light in the world, then you need to have confidence that it is going to work. No, you don't know that it's going to take 4 years because like you do in university, you know it's 4 years and blah, blah, blah. And so therefore it feels as if you feel more confident in going the normal path because lots of people have gone it that way before. This, I know, I understand that there's fear, but fear cannot be allowed to steal your destiny. Guys, you connect to the divine, connect to yourself, see a clear picture of what you're creating. Make a commitment to that clear picture. Decide that there is no plan B. You are in this to freaking win this, okay? And keep it simple. Stop trying to find out all the newest strategies and tips. You are not a marketer, okay? Who you are is a messenger. You are a beacon of love and light. You are not a marketer. So stop trying to do all of that. Just set up the simple background stuff that continues to run. People coming into your mailing list, you telling them about what you have to offer over and over and over and over and over again. I promise you, if you will do that consistently, your business will start to grow. The problem is most people don't do it consistently at all. In fact, they get stuck with thinking they can't do the technical stuff. Or they don't want to spend even a penny to get anything off the ground. So you're not backing yourself, which immediately says to you that you're not serious. Because if you're not willing to put any money behind what you're saying, you're definitely committed to, it's a lie. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. And I know you can come up with all kinds of reasons. Oh, I don't have money. I don't know. Listen, I've even done a whole thing on how you can start up a business with no money down. I know that you don't even have to start with hardly anything. In fact, I don't believe there are ways that you can start with nothing. But if you're already telling yourself that you're not going to invest in yourself, you won't be creative enough to come up with ways to even do it for free. Okay? In it to win it. Yes, here's to winning it. Yes, simplify. Absolutely. Good, Biz Wadget says. Melanie and Karen, thanks guys. But this is it. Commit to your vision. It's not actually that expensive to get a business off the ground. And yes, you can do it for absolutely nothing because we're blessed to live in this social media age. But don't expect to continue growing for absolutely nothing, okay? And it will also cost you a lot of time. It will cost you time. If you don't have any money to spread your message more, then you'd be very committed to getting your message out there and being brave enough to ask other people whether you can put your message in front of their audience and all of that stuff that you have to do. Oh, there's nothing you have to do. I don't even like that. I don't like the have to anything. And I don't want to make it sound as if it's super hard because the idea here is that you're building a business that you like, right? That you're doing something you like. So is it hard if you like it? I don't think so. Now, someone could look at my life and say, you work very hard. And I would say, I don't feel that way at all. Because to me, my business is a lifestyle. It's just part of my life. It's just part of what I do. I home educate my children, that's part of my life. And my husband is around, that's part of my life. You know, it's just part of my life. And that's what I want for everyone. Because my work is over here, my spirituality is over here, my this is over here, my family is over there. That's only just because that's the way the world has decided that's the way it's supposed to be. But you don't have to live that way. You can build a life where literally everything is just part of your life. You're not waiting for 6 o'clock so you can go home and finally I can rest. No, you've built a life where everything you do is because you want to do it. You can build that life if you will allow yourself to. For the most part, most people don't allow themselves to because they just don't think it's possible for them. It is. And I truly believe that the world is going that way. It's going that way anyway. You could be one of the forefront leaders showing people a different, more intuitive way to live, or you can be at the back end somewhere being pulled along as you try to hold on to a life you don't really like but think you have to have. Basically. We are spirit-driven souls. If you would learn to be confident in your connection to the divine, you will know that when you set your mind on anything, it has to come to pass. And then you can relax and just build a life you love. I know if you're going through hard times right now financially, it can seem hard to believe what I'm saying. But if you continue to think the way you're thinking, you'll continue to get the same freaking results you keep getting. And every time something happens out there in the world, you'll keep reacting to it. You'll keep being pulled left, right, and center by whatever is happening out there. You have to rise above. Faith is built in the storm, honey. It isn't built when everything is perfect. It isn't. That's not faith. That's just, I don't even know what you call that. That's what most people live. And so most people don't get what they want. We are spirit-driven souls. Commit to connecting to the divine. Deciding that your vision is absolutely happening. The kind says, yes, wanting, allowing, it's possible. It is. Decide it's possible. And then just keep moving forward. It doesn't have to be a complicated thing. Get really good at the service or the books or whatever it is that you're actually doing, not getting really good at marketing and such. Start sharing your heart, believing yourself enough to know that you are enough to attract the right people into your world if you will show up confidently. Again, connect to the divine, clear any nonsense, be consistent, communicate consistently and in great abundance, and advertise that stuff so that it's getting out to more people. 3, make sure you're capturing people. Your audience needs to be growing every single day in some shape, form, or size. Okay, and that could just be by communicating and inviting people onto your mailing list or getting people onto your page or whatever. Just be growing your audience every day, be getting your message in front of more people every day. Okay, that's capturing. And then finally, closing, which is just tell them what you have, and tell them, and tell them, and tell them, and tell them. You all know that if you're in my world, you hear from me frequently. Some people hate it and they leave. That's fine. Some people love it and they stay. That's fine. Other people love it and they stay and they buy. Even greater, because then I get the opportunity to support them in moving forward as powerfully as they will allow me to, because it always comes down to the person's choice. Guys, building a business can be that simple. Yes, I know there's a little bit of nitty-gritty in it, but it's really not as complicated as you're trying to make it. It really isn't. The fear will make you think it is. But if you will commit to your vision, and if you will also commit to keeping it simple and only doing the stuff that you absolutely like doing, I promise you that you will build a business that makes you happy. You know, I know nothing out there is supposed to make us happy, but if your whole life is full of stuff that you don't want to do, you're not going to be happy. Let's be honest. Okay. So give yourself an easier time at happiness by choosing you, choosing your vision, choosing to confidently stay on path. I can help you. Come into the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly. I can help you as personally as I possibly can. I know it's a group thing, but I do my best to personalize it as people come in and do what I call a daily check-in, ask their questions, and I'm speaking to you directly and helping you specifically to move forward. Hey, Kyan, I'm so reassuring. I do my best because it isn't as complicated as we make it. If the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly is something that you like the sound of, then message me the word millionaire and I will get those details over to you. It would be a great pleasure to do life with you because I do see it as us doing life together. We're so immersed in a world that tells us that our intuition and living from that place of connection is pointless and it's stupid. How do you're living in the clouds and you're someone that is waking up to who you really truly are, and the world is also trying to fit you back into a box. If you're done with that, then come into the community that I'm building. Come into this community that I'm growing. Come and be part of it. If just for you to know that you're not alone in this. Building a business can be a very lonely affair, especially if everybody around you doesn't get why you're bothering doing that, okay? Or they're just humoring you because they just think, oh, you're just playing at it. No, if you're serious, come and do life with us. Come and do life with us. It's not always going to all be about business, that's for sure, because I know that if you don't get the inner world right, the business is going to struggle to be right, okay? We're not people who can just do things for money. We're just not those people. If you were that person, you wouldn't be listening to me. Okay? So, which is why I started by saying that spiritual people, they really have big ideas of being a beacon of love and light, but they don't know how to do it profitably because you're so caught up in all these weird and wonderful beliefs that you've taken on and think that they're truth. They're not truth. They're just a belief, and you can change beliefs. I can help you clear nonsense, help you move forward, help you see where you're holding yourself back. Come into the Deliberate Millionaire Assembly. If you want to find out more, message me the word Millionaire, and I will get those details over to you. We have what I call a Release, Rise, Thrive call every other week, where I do help you do the spiritual work of clearing the nonsense, as well as speak to you live so that you get personal coaching as well. Okay? So yeah, and ultimately, I love doing live with the people that come in. I would love to do it with you if you are willing and ready to move forward, okay? Because I'm not going to pretend that this transition from a life of doing life like everybody else to actually being awakened, knowing how powerful you are, the transition is not always easy. You're leaving behind what I would call victimhood and taking full responsibility for your life. Most people don't even realize that they're being victims. You might not realize the places in your life where you're still being victim. Come inside. I can help you see, help you move forward, help you realize where you're holding yourself back. Message me the word millionaire and share this video with someone else, my loves. It's such a pleasure doing life with you. As always, we're going to sing this one last time and bring this to a close. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. Join me. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I am a beacon of love and light. I rise up and take my place. I rise up and take my place. I rise up and take my place. Woohoo! Thank you, Melanie. You are amazing too, my love. Okay, honeys, until the next time, such a pleasure as always doing this with you. It'll be fun to see some of y'all come and join us in the assembly. Message me the word millionaire. Share this video with someone else. Okay? Until the next time. Mwah! Bye!